We was working on his album, and we were working on our album. So so I told him I said I said it'd be nice if we had a club or something that we could just play here permanently. Wouldn't have to go on the road and travel, and guys wouldn't have to try to pick up different jobs with different bands during our down period, our slow time, and so so Staff said, well, what would you think? What would you all think if I bought a nightclub? And and name the club after the band, and then you have your own, your own club. You all help operate the club, and you play at the club, and you just play every night if you like. We'll sit down and figure out what's the best way to do it. And so I said, so you would consider buying a nightclub, having a church, having churches, and you're, prominent preacher in town, So he said, sure. Why not? I'm not gonna be in there. I'm not gonna be drinking. I'm not gonna be I'm not going to be doing anything wrong. Some of the proceeds that the club bring in might help the church. So I said, well, it's fine with me. And so we went out on this venture again, looking for a club or looking for a building that we could put a club. And one of Dr. Stafford's friend told me about a building in underground Atlanta, and this was the first underground Atlanta. So Dr. Stafford called me, and I called the band. We met down there and looked at the building. We liked it, and we told them that was fine. So things just started coming together. I mean, Dr. Stafford went on to build the club and bought the necessary stuff that he needed, bought the necessary equipment for the band, so we have a great sound, and bought uniforms for the band. Well, had uniforms made and stuff like that, and things just kept rolling from that point.
So was there any kind of explicit tension about him when he bought the club? Did anybody say anything, or was everybody already knew that he kind of did things differently and
Well, they kind of knew that he did things different, but he or no one had ever did anything quite that different. So yes, there was a lot of talk, which probably helped the club and the church, because people was curious, about what was going on. And yes, it was talk all over, not just Atlanta. I mean, it was all over Georgia and other states. People would come to town and say, "Where's the Soul Expedition Club, the one the preacher on? And we want to see that." And so yes, it was a lot of talk, but it wasn't all negative. In fact, most of it was positive once they came and they saw what was going on. So it was great,
So. Who did they had like a manager or somebody that kind of ran the club, or did the band members actually take care of the day-to-day kinds of things in the club? Or
well, we had a manager, but we also took, the band also played a big part in running the club, making sure everything was in order at the club, and as far as booking other entertainers coming to the club, we played a big part in that. But we also played the part that you don't see, like cleaning the clubs, taking out the trash, and vacuuming, shampooing carpets and stuff like that. But it wasn't bad. It was all fun because it was just our thing. So we enjoyed doing it. It was we were just working for ourselves, and we enjoyed it.
And at the Soul Expedition nightclub, where did the audience usually come from? Like just neighborhoods surrounding underground, or all over town, or?
Well, in the beginning, because underground Atlanta was a tourist attraction, so we had people from all over coming. But as we played, we built our regular clientele, that came from all over Atlanta. So so pretty soon, the clubs packed every night. They would have to close the door and just stop letting people in, and most of the people that would be in there, would be local people, and so so the visitors, they didn't really know about it. They didn't know you need to get in there real early if you're going to get a good seat. And so a lot of cases, they would just get left out, couldn't even get into the club because of the regular clientele that we had, following us at that time. They would just pack the club. So.